In the world of today, where women want to take the role of men, they also want men to take their roles. Men in an African society depict a warrior. Warriors don't cry. Warriors only cry to God.
Finish. Warriors only cry to God. Finish.
And you only cry to God in the comfort of your bedroom.
What?
Yes.
We see what?
Any man, and you get one guy. There's this guy on Instagram that I was talking to one day, and he started crying. If you see the guy, I expected less from him because he wears earrings like women. Why not go cry? If you put yourself in a situation where you become a woman, you will cry.
No,
a man. Let me tell you a real life story. My elder brother was about 13 years old when my mother died in his hands. When they came back from the hospital with my dad, he went into an uncompleted building in our compound and was crying. I had my kid sister. I was about 11 then. My kid sister was about 7 or 6. Walked into him. He quickly cleaned his eyes. This is because he did not want to cry in front of us. I understand. Let me tell you something. One thing you need to understand is that a man is a logical being. A woman is an emotional being.
Straight up.
Women allow their emotions override them. They bring their emotions out, but we think only based on logic. When any man who lets his emotion override what he does, then he's not a man, he's a simp. That's what we call them.
So, John, do you cry? Have you cried anytime soon? Anytime recently, have you cried?
Only in the comfort of my bedroom.
But do you still cry?
That is not the question. The question is, will a man cry in public? Will a man cry in a situation?
Daddy Free said a G does not cry. He did not say a G does not cry in public. He said a G does not cry. Then when the two ladies came, they now said crying in public. So Daddy Free said a man should not cry. So if you cry, you're not a G. That's what Daddy Free said.
No, I don't agree with that.
And then you made a statement, John. Yeah, you made a statement. If a man that we live in a society where women are trying to
listen to what somebody said. The price says, me, they cry, then my mind will also come and cry. No. How can the two of us be crying? It's like we are both ovulating. I don't know, man. I'm sorry, but I see crying as a woman's thing. Women's hormones are wired to tears. I'm not saying something can, we pray that we never see what will really make us cry.
Yeah.
But like John has, maybe I oversaid it when I said mine, that men shouldn't cry at all. But I think John has brought perspective. He said a man should cry to his God, finish, in his private or in his, when he's alone. But you see, and what were we talking about here? We're talking about the overly emotional society that has evolved, and I'm totally against it. When we're growing up, they suppressed our emotions. You're not allowed to say this, you're not allowed to think like this. And it had advantages and disadvantages.
Straight up.
Just like Dangote's refinery, someone came on my live yesterday and said, look, whether you like it or not, there's still going to be disadvantages. Pollution. You're not supposed to live near a refinery. And I realized that my house is not really that far from a refinery. So no matter what happens, no matter what you see that might be a good idea, still has its disadvantages.
Yeah.
And the overly emotional society that we have raised has caused a lot of pain for people that could have been suppressed before. That is why I don't believe a boy can get up and wear a skirt. What's wrong with you? Maybe an earring, maybe tattoos. But the moment you don't join them, they wear skirt. When nobody say you be Scottish man or they wear that traditional skirt with some Nigerians they wear. When they join woman, they wear skirt. I think it is a little bit, you feel like wearing a skirt. It's too dangerous. You are opening, so a human now no longer has control over his emotions at all. Is that what you're trying to tell me? What if I woke up today and felt like running around in my underwear? There should be something in my head that should control that.
Madam, let me ask.
Suppressing your emotion does not mean it's a good thing.
Madam, can I ask you a question?
It is. John, what do you think about suppressing emotion?
I want to ask you a question.
Yes,
Let's say a man comes to propose to you.
Yeah.
And comes to propose to you in tears. What will you be? What will be your perception about that man?
It depends the kind of tears. If he comes to me, it's like, I really love you. That kind of thing. Like if he's crying, like
whether if it is tears of joy or tears of flogging, he's not supposed to show that in public.
What?
Yes.
Okay, so you've asked me a question. If a man, my man, who I have an emotional connection to, who I love, who I adore, who I have chosen to give my body to, decides to propose to me with a ring he has bought for God knows how much, and if he decides to shed a tear during his proposal, it does not make him less of a man. 100%. Do you know why? He's sharing his emotion. He's caught in the moment. He's showing his love for me. That is just it. You cannot be subjective to how and what makes a man cry. It is wrong. And then going back to what Daddy Free said, you said that the way men were raised back then, they were taught to suppress their emotions. It's different from the way men are raised now. How many of those men are living with heavy hearts? How many of those men are having high blood pressure, are having heart attacks, are having high BP? Because they've been taught to Judea. How many of them are passing away because of unknown illnesses? No. Because they chose to suppress their emotion. They chose not to speak.
Madam, suppressing your emotions does not give you high blood pressure.
Who said that? Are you a doctor? I trained as a nurse. Are you a doctor?
High blood pressure is deposit of cholesterol in your veins.
No, you cannot say you can't say that. You cannot say that. You cannot say that.
Suppressing your emotions does not give you high blood pressure.
Well, let me correct you there. Stress can lead to so many different things. You can't sit there and say that. It can lead to any sort of thing. Once you start stressing, stress can lead to you being overweight. It can lead to depression. It can lead to so many different types of illnesses.
Stress is not suppressing your emotions.
Okay.
Madam,
I know.
Listen,
I did not say stress is suppressing your emotion. I said stress could lead to so many different illnesses, and that's what I said. I did not say that. I know the difference. I'm not stupid. I'm very, very well inclined up here. What I'm saying to you is, when you are stressed and you're not able to show your emotion, it could lead to so many different types of illnesses. I mentioned, yes, high blood pressure. I mentioned other things. So why would you pick out the only thing that I mentioned that you think is wrong? There are so many different things stress can lead to.
Madam.
All right, guys. Before this leads to a quarrel, let's move on to today's topic.
Lie.
I didn't know.
Before this leads to a quarrel, before this leads to a quarrel, let us talk about women fixing their bodies. I think Oloshode eye of woman where they fix body. Unless, of course, you see, there are no blanket statements. That's why when I said men can't cry, somebody now said, what about her husband that lost a child? There are no blanket statements. Of course, there are good women who have medical conditions, who want to fix their bodies. I understand when your tummy is too big and you try to trim it down, but the moment you start putting some fat in your derriere, then it is now you wanting to fit into a certain narrative. I saw you do yours, and to be honest, Uriel is a girl I've always thought was fine from afar. So when you started losing the weight, you lost like some of us. I'm like, what's happening?
You saw me do what? So let's clarify that. I didn't do anything. Oh.
You lost the weight when you started losing the weight, because some of us like our bones with some meat. You understand?
I have everything here. I'm compact. I have EK.
You're perfectly okay, and you did it for many reasons. One, it made you look sharper.
Yeah.
Big shout out to you. I follow this girl, Be Unique.
Oh yeah.
And I know you're a model on that page.
Yeah.
You are one of the hottest models on that page. I have to tell you that for free. I literally had to write her one day. I'll show you. I'll screenshot the chat. I'm like, wow, you got Uriel to do this. So yes, it's good for a woman to look beautiful. It's good for a woman to want to look better, want to improve her look.
Yeah.
But getting surgery, as far as I'm concerned, is a little overkill. Especially when there's no real reason for it. It's not like you're so bad looking that people are literally spiting. You're good looking, but then you want to look. And you know what this has caused? All women now look alike. They have the same body and the same hairline. I can't tell one woman from the other. They all wear the same type of wigs, wear the same type of clothes, and have the same type of body. So it is almost impossible to tell one woman from the other. And I feel, and I said I would ask, is it really worth it? Just my thought. And women, where they do this body, make we no lie. Small Olosho dey their eye. Women would argue that they don't do it for the men. I totally disagree. But that's my take. John, or Uriel, what's your take? Let Uriel start first. Ladies first. What's your take?
My own is
Helen.
The name Olosho is subjective. Now, for example, I'm not encouraging.
Not yesterday, yeah.
I'm not encouraging, and I'm not saying you should do or you should not do. Whatever makes you happy makes you happy. However you want your body to look, we live in a place where you can buy the perfect body. Fine. Okay. But what I'm saying is, let me give you guys a scenario. Okay. I'm not encouraging to get a because I've worked hard for my own body. My body is 100% natural. But there might be some women who do their bodies because that is the only way they are able to get out of that circle they're in. Maybe they're not educated enough. Maybe they're not able to get a proper job. Maybe they're the only ones in their family who have gone through, who have completed high school or whatever. So for them to do their body is a chance for them to leap over to the next level. Do you understand? So if you define leaping over, let me finish, Mr. John, please. So when you say Olosho did their eye, it is subjective. Women get their bodies done because they want to progress onto the next level. Some women want to look better for their husband. Some women, but in all and all, we just want to look better. We want to be appealing to men. And if that makes you Olosho de your eye, then it is what it is. I want to look better. I didn't get a BBF because naturally I am blessed with a bum. I am naturally blessed with bum and boobs. Right?
Serious?
But I lost weight. So my body will come
John said he wants to follow you.
Follow me, John. Follow me. Oh. I lost weight so my body can come out well. But I have a bum and I have boobs, right? Why did I lose weight? Because of health reasons. I didn't want to because my mom has gone through whatever she has gone through. I lost because of health reasons. And I also wanted to be appealing. Let me be real with you. I'm in my 30s, right? And at this stage, you're competing with girls in their 20s, right? In their 20s to find a man. So I said to myself, in order for me to get the best I can when it comes to finding a partner, you have to lose weight for your health, and you have to lose weight because you're competing with girls 5 years, 10 years younger than you. So you have to look your best. So whatever you define Olosho de your eye, that is your own narrative. Everybody wants to look better and feel better to other people, point blank. That's my story, and I'm sticking by it. Hi, John.
Do I have the floor?
No, John is looking at my
let me
page.
say this. I may be wrong, but 80% of men don't find plastic bodies attractive.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Unless.
Daddy Freeze, please. Can I
John.
Some men don't even know the difference. John, do you know the difference?
Madam.
Do you know the difference?
Let me tell you. I know the difference. Because most of them have a big butt with tiny legs.
It doesn't rhyme.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If you look at most men that go at women with big butts, they're marrying
big behinds. Be careful. Let's be careful.
Behinds, okay. They end up marrying very, very, very normal women. When men go after women with big behinds, they go after them for recreational purposes only. Most times, not all the time, most times. Every preferences, but I'm telling you, most men. Now,
someone said men prefer them for side chicks, not wife materials. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to drop a message, remember, do it with super chats or super stickers. I'm looking for the super chats or super stickers on YouTube. All right, continue, John.
So what I'll say this categorically: the process of surgery is a process that should only be applied when the life is threatened. Who applies surgery for aesthetic purposes is doing it because she wants to make money out of it, and that's the truth.
Okay, so
for example, if a woman is overweight and at that point she's told, she goes to an obesity center and she's told that your weight could kill you, could buy you, sorry. It's okay for that woman to go for a fat extraction surgery. But once you start extracting that fat and start putting it on your bum, you are commercializing it. Let me tell you a story. The last time I was in Lagos, I was in a hotel in Lagos and I saw one girl. One girl. I was with my elder brother, my immediate elder brother. As a girl, my elder brother said, "Oh boss, see your spec." I walked up to the girl and I was like, "Hi, what's up? How are you?" She was like, "Fine." We got talking. She gave me her number. I called her later on. She told me, I called her later on. I told her, "Can you come out? Let's have a drink. Or let's go out and have dinner." She was, "Oga, if you want knack, your money na 450,000 naira." I said, "Madam, I've not said that yet. What do you mean by a money na 450,000 naira?" I said, "This body way you see, you know, say na do I do am. It is say na money, you know, say na money I use do am." So we are the ones in the war front. We are the ones that see these people. You might not be seeing it because you're a lady, but we are the ones that see them all the time, and we know the responses we get.
But not all women who get their bodies done do it because they want to make. Because somebody said that a woman that has her body done, men only use them for side chicks. There are women, lots of women who are married and successful. I can't even name them because I don't want wahala, right?
Madam,
they are married and they do it because they want to look good for their husbands.
Madam,
it's not about they're doing it because
no, Uriel, let me take you up on that. Don't you think that married women, sorry, John, don't you think that married women that do their bodies for their husbands is because they're trying to compete with their husband's side chicks who are in their 20s and naturally endowed? They've had 4 kids, they've eaten a bun, they like to eat the big piece of chicken, and they like meat, and they like all the good things in life, and then all of a sudden they now realize that the husband is not looking at them. He's going outside for recreational purposes. But you need to understand this here. Okay. Men have a type of woman they recreate with. In as much as you see, it will always come back to the same: men should not cheat. Men, a man can love his wife. That thing Two-Face said that day is 100% correct. A man can love his wife, but the wife cannot fit his entertainment purposes. Let me tell you something. Woman, we don't born 4 children, we know they fit. If you tell her, say, she lie down, lift her leg, She go begin to do Baba, it no easy. It no easy. How many women can bend down and receive the anointing from the back?
Now that goes to
girls. Hold on, all these university students, Baba, they flexible. They run up and down stairs. Do you understand? They fetch water. So a man in his 50s. I was talking to a friend of mine today. My friend said he jogs 10 kilometers every day. That kind of man, if you know they're flexible, you know if he enjoy you. So you go say, make you bend, you go bend small, you go mess. He say, Baba, you see, Baba, you forget it. So they try to catch up, but you see, you can never be like fresh blood. I've been there before. Same thing with women. Women will say young men in their 20s, the way they can fire. A man in his 50s cannot fire. Understood and agreed. But a man, now when you have a woman at home, hold on. Imagine I marry this Uriel. Uriel is manager of a bank. You understand? She goes out all day, works hard, comes home tired, has to check the kids. So by the time she now finally enters my room, if I say, let's do like dog, the way she will even take a look, me say, show Yahweh, Reni. Please, 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 please. But then that my Unilag babe is texting me, say, I'm done, oh, I finished my last lecture, can I come over? You understand? So you women would always want to compete with their husband side chicks.
What?
But to be honest, you can't fit into the role of the side chick. I don't have side chicks, but I know a man.
Like it's even like it's like your husband must have a side chick. Why are we even saying that? Like why are you making it like a
90% of Nigerian males,
why is it
all your politicians, all your top G's in Nigeria have side chicks.
My man, to be
because you are still young now, born 4 children, as if it will be easy to keep
in. Even if
in.
I born 4 children, even if I'm in my 50s, I'm physically strong. I go to the gym 5 times a week. So it's not about age. A woman's capability to perform is not
now
based
you
on
also need to understand that once a woman starts going towards 50, as she approaches menopause, it begins to decline. Baba still ready, especially Baba we get money. Let me tell you, poverty is a problem. Man, when they go no get money in something, no they stand. But you will just collect 1 billion. You just sign the deal, 1 billion just stay your lap. Baba, one of the first things that's going to come to your mind is, let me rent a suit and let me just fire away.
Daddy Freeze, you can't. Can I say something I don't agree with you on? You said
Yes.
something and I don't agree. You cannot say that women are doing their bodies to compete with their husband's side chick. That is a lie. A woman might do her body because she wants to do it for her own self. It's not about her husband having a side chick. Some women don't even know if their husbands have side chicks anyways. They're doing it because they want to be more attractive to themselves. It's their own emotion. Do you understand? So age, let me also say this. Age has no factor to a woman being able to perform. A woman can be in her 30s, 40s, 50s and still have the capacity to perform well. It's not about age. If you're a woman and you go to the gym, you eat healthy. There are some women in their 50s. There's a lady in her 50s that goes to my gym, right? This woman, you would not believe she's 55. You will not believe she's 55. So it's not about age. There are some girls in their 20s. They come to my gym and they're like, oh, Uriel, how do you lift that weight? How did you get your body like that? So it's not about age. It's about you and your determination to be better in your body.
Madam,
that is it.
Madam,
yes, sir.
Now, I don't agree with you and the Freeze on this issue, particular issue. Women who are married,
sir.
with a body, not completely side chicks. Neither do they, because they want to, because of their self-conviction. They do it because they want to compete with girls, with other men outside. You think it's only men that cheat? Women also cheat.
Yeah.
They want to be in the market so that men will be stopping kidnapping and taking their numbers and taking them to hotels and blasting them and making them happy. So all na the Olosho work. A woman who works in the bank, who is in a target to bring 50 billion in 1 month, will go and do her body, so that if she walks into that man's office, the man will sign quick and give her.
I've said that before. Yes, I agree.
Is even if she's married now, still Olosho what Daddy Freeze they talk about. Olosho is not only single women that do Olosho. Married women still do Olosho.
But it's not called Olosho. You can't say a woman that is married and gets her body done, and she gets her body done because she wants to feel good and get that contract. It does not mean she's going to do the with the person. It does not mean. It just means if she looks presentable, she might sign off that 100 million whatever deal.
Madam, now let me tell you something. Anything that a man that does because he is looking at the way a woman's body is,
yes, sir.
The man, me personally, if I like your body and you come to me based on that body for something, madam, I must taste before I do that.
That's you. That's you.
And it's me, and it's like 70% of men. Let's call a spade a spade.
I agree.
70%.
But then it's left for that woman
majority
and her mindset, her morals to say, okay, my body has gotten me this far. It happens, I know. My body has gotten me this far, but there are ways. Let me be honest with you, right? There are ways you can still get money and move wherever you're going to without having to with a man. And let me tell you, all right, I'm going to share something quick. I have been in a position where I went out somewhere, right, and somebody just saw me and just liked me. And this is when I first moved to Nigeria, and just said, this girl, you look really nice. Where are you from? I said, I'm from the UK. I'm trying to do music. He said, okay, apart from music, what else do you want to do? I said, well, I'm into hair. I'm into wigs. Okay, so what are you doing about it? I said, well, I don't really have money. I just moved from the UK. Wallahi, I'm not lying to you. That day, that person wrote me a check. And wrote me a check, I think it was like 3M then, wrote me a check and told me he just likes me as a person, whether you believe it or not, right? Wrote me a check for 3M for me to open a business. So there's a way you can carry yourself, and there's a way, Mr. John, let me finish. There's a way you can carry yourself, and there's a way you can explain and talk and present yourself to a man that is business-minded. That man might not want to you.
Madam,
do you understand?
Let me tell you.
So it's not every woman that has this image that wants to with a man. There's a way you carry yourself for a man to say, you know what? I'm going to invest in this woman. She has more to her. Not all men, but some men.
Madam, in the streets, what we call that thing,
I said it.
In the streets, what we call that thing is mobilization fee. He gave you that.
Mobilization fee. If you're watching on TikTok, buy my money guns. Mobilization fee. I need my mobilization fee now. In fact, all of you, stop. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen, tap the screen. If you're watching on TikTok, where are my money guns? Who's my #1 gifter? Special shout out to my #1 gifter on TikTok, my #1, my #2, and my #3 gifters. Oh yeah, where are you people on TikTok? And you are watching. And you're watching on YouTube, you're just sitting down, fat, relaxed. Tomorrow now they say you need surgery. You will not need surgery if you buy my money gun. Yeah. Let me see those super chats on TikTok, on YouTube.
Go to the gym.
Let me see those super chats on YouTube. Is it easy to be hearing from John and Uriel together? Mobilization fee, new. Oh yeah, mobilization fee. If you're watching, there are 1,400 people watching on Instagram. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, go to YouTube or go to Facebook, all of you watching on Instagram, go to Facebook, search for Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. Scroll down to today's video on Facebook. You will see how to buy stars. Just click on the video, scroll down, you see how to buy stars. Oh yeah, go to Facebook, all of you. I need to see the first 3,000 stars. Who's going to get them from you? Yeah. Mobilization fee, new mobilization fee on TikTok. Well, una day, I go close TikTok or the battery don't cool load. Next night, you go see yourself again. Mobilization fee, oh. Well, somebody said just because he liked you as a person, 3 million K. Are you trying to tell me Uriel is not telling the truth? Keep quiet there.
Listen,
My mobilization fee. Where is my mobilization fee? I want to hail people.
Straight up.
Daddy Freeze.
Me, if you know me, you follow me. I call a spade a spade. 3 million.
Daddy Freeze. As she find like
yes.
this.
And I didn't do none.
As I don't get money, I feel mobilized 500K.
You feel mobilize Uriel 500K.
100K. As I don't get money, I feel mobilized at 500K. So men do it all the time.
Yes.
When living in Port Harcourt, you could. I've seen guys that see women in the club with a guy. He's like $500. Go give him. What that man did is mobilization fee. What he tried to do is he's trying to tell you that where it is coming from, there is plenty. Hold this 3 million first. Make your mind there. See, in my father's house,
make your mind rest.
We call it in Port Harcourt, we call it mobilization fee, mobilizer.
And you know the funny thing is that 3 million, I know it.
Make una mobilize me, oh. I did hear, oh. Make una mobilize me, oh.
Let me not talk, oh. My manager said I shouldn't talk.
Say now, talk.
Sorry, let me keep my mouth shut. But yes.
All right. I'm going to bring Simply Vic for a quick minute because I don't like having 3 guys and 1 girl. It's not balanced. So I want to bring a girl also. But Simply Vic, he said he wanted to say something. So Simply Vic, I'm going to bring you on for 5 minutes. Let's hear you then. I need to remove you to bring Remy or any other lady that's available. Remy, send me a request if you're available. I'm still waiting for my mobilization fee. I'm Imo the One. Yes, that's my #1 gifter on TikTok. Guys, follow I'm the One on TikTok. Amazing stuff. All right, Vic. So what is your take?
Hello, brother. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
From the UK. Hello, how you doing? Hey, John, how you doing? Hello, Uriel.
Hello.
Yeah, this topic is very interesting. John, I'm sensing that you are too calm tonight. What's going on? You need to give them fire for fire. You are too calm. I don't like it.
What people don't understand with me is I match. If you come to me in a calm way, I match that energy. If you come to me in a way, I'll match that energy. Any energy way you bring, I'll go match it.
So I'm just gonna pick on most of the things you guys have spoken about. I want to agree with Daddy Freeze to an extent that a lot of women, not all women obviously, a lot of women that do plastic surgery, they do it because one, they have low self-esteem. Two, it's all for the clout, it's all about packaging to look good, like Uriel also said, to look good for their business, maybe they're a model or whatever. It's just appealing. 3, to stay relevant, because don't forget, you cannot really sustain plastic surgery because one day you'll be 40, one day you'll be 50, one day you'll be 60. So how many more plastic surgeries are you going to do, before the wrinkles and all that start to set in? So those are the things that...
At 40, please. No, me, I'm in my 30s.
No, I'm giving an example. I said one day you'll be 40, one day you'll be 50, one day you'll be 60. So it goes on and on and on before the wrinkles start to set in. So I'm trying to make a point. Yeah. So, but of course, they don't think about that. They only think, I'm going to be like 25 forever. And the downside is people tend to want to take shortcuts. Like you just talked about going to the gym 5 times a week. How many women will go to the gym 5 times a week or even once a week? So shortcuts, plastic surgery, they look at the option. Should I go to Los Angeles or go to Turkey to get my teeth fixed or to get this done because it's cheaper and all that? So we see all these things, but why do they do it? They don't do it because I love my body, I like myself. No, they do it because first and foremost, it's appealing. We men are moved by what we see. Let's be honest, okay? Whether you're a married woman or you're single, we are moved by what we see, and no woman wants to agree. If you ask every woman today, can you rate yourself? They will give themselves, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10. And we all know those that are 10, and we know those that are 2.
I will not
do you get
you.
Okay. Chukwu Ike just sent me mobilization fee from Canada. Okay, Chukwu Ike. Thank you. Mobilization fee. TikTok people, where's my mobilization fee? Stinjos. You think I can, in 5 minutes, if I don't see my mobilization fee, I off TikTok? Facebook. 5 minutes. I don't see mobilization fee, I off Facebook. Let me just know that I'm going to be live today on YouTube and Instagram. They are the ones delivering. Oh yeah. Go to YouTube, go to Facebook, search for Daddy Freeze. Scroll down to today's video. Click on the video. Bottom left-hand corner, you see how to mobilize. Oh yeah, mobilization fee. Now John teach me. I don't learn one new one today.
John said you really
mobilization.
Mobilize. I am 10 out of 10 in my own head. I don't need validation from you, please. You think I'm one of those girls that you come and start putting 7 out of 10, 5 out of 10? It's okay. I know who I am. Thank you.
No, Uriel.
I don't send anybody. Me.
Uriel.
Okay?
To be honest, though, if you were to allow me,
my mama told me
for me, Uriel, you are between an 8 or a 9. No jokes, not because you are here. You are an 8 or a 9, depending on. But you see, we know. Let me tell you, why did Be Unique use you as her model? Why are you one of the most featured models on her page?
I don't know.
Women full everywhere. Why she not carry them go use as model? Because you are, Baba. If I see clothes for your body, I go on buy them for my wife. Because you are hot. You are an 8 to a 10. A woman that is a 3, whether you like it or not, some of the women are 3, some are even 2. And it shows. Let them write to Be Unique. Let them say, Be Unique, you need to do advert. We will come see what will happen.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Please, Uriel, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Can we logically assign a 10 to a woman that has done a plastic surgery or to a woman that is all natural?
You're too smart.
It's just like
okay. Mr. John, do you want to comment?
Gotcha.
Mr. John,
Gotcha.
Comment. Do you want to comment?
No, John, don't comment. Uriel, comment. You're thinking about it. See, it's hard.
Okay, I will say this. If I saw a natural girl and I saw a girl that has had her body done, I would always rate the natural girl. And the natural girl had a nice body, I would always rate the natural girl higher because it's harder to look after a natural body. I know what I go through. I go to the gym 5 days a week. I weightlift. It's hard. So like Daddy Free said, I'm modeling for Be Unique, right? And it's not because I let my body go. I'm in my 30s. I have to work for my body. So I would always rate a natural girl higher than a girl that's done a BBL. No matter how perfect the BBL is, but a natural body, fam, come on.
Okay, I'll take that. I also want to tackle, I know somebody said something about body shaming. I also wanted to tackle it from the man's perspective and from the woman's perspective. If, let's say, for example, I'm 6'1", I'm okay looking, I'm in my 40s, I'm doing okay. So I want to consider myself as an okay guy. I'm not perfect, but I'm not down there either. If a friend of mine comes to my house, for example, and he's on the chubby side, as a friend, man to man, I can literally just tell him, oh boy, you don't be fat. And he will not take offense. He will hit the gym the next day. He will not tell me I'm body shaming and all that. How come women cannot take criticism positively?
God bless you.
Because you women, if I ask you now, who's your kind of guy? You give me a long list. He must be God-fearing, he must have this, he must have that. But when I say I don't want a woman that is too short, you tell me, oh, you are a misogynist. You are doing ageism. We give it a lot of adjectives these days. My head is spinning. How come women cannot take criticism positively?
It's the same with men. So
we do. We do. We shame ourselves every day so that we can be better. Yeah, because if we don't, you will not see. Uriel, if 10 guys line up and you're asked to choose, I am sure I can bet it 10 out of 10. You will choose probably the guy that makes more money than you. You will choose the guy that actually looks better looking than the entire 10. Am I right or am I right? No,
Well,
let's be honest.
I mean,
No cap, no
a guy
cap.
who looks good to me, yes. Whether if you're lining up a guy, I don't know what the guy is making. Do you understand? I don't know how much he has in his bank. So if I have to pick from,
I'm just talking now, like hypothetically now. Let's say you know all their bank accounts. You're going to choose a guy that obviously earns more than you do, or earns more than everybody.
Simply, not very easy. Let's ask her, what are your preferences in a man? Not lining them up.
What do you look for in a man anyway? In 2023, what's your ideal guy?
Now, tell you she wants someone who is rich.
John, wait. Leo, don't let us put words in her mouth. She can speak for herself.
Now, I'm going to speak some sort of grammar that I might not even understand. But I want a man who is emotionally inclined. And let me explain that. I'm not saying, I'm not going back to the crying stuff. When a man is emotionally inclined, there are certain things a man would not do to that woman. There's a way that man will carry that woman, even if the woman makes more money than the man. There are men who cannot and will not take it if their women make more money than them. And if their women makes more money than them, they start to antagonize that woman, push that woman down. So I want a man that is emotionally inclined to who he is. So it's not about a man.
So a man that has emotional intelligence.
It's not, I have dated guys that don't have, they're okay. They're not billionaires. For me, money is not everything. I would rather be with a guy that is okay and a guy that treats me well, a guy that's able to buy me one or two things, a guy that I'm also able to buy one or two things. I have 4 brothers. So I wouldn't advise my brother to be with a girl that is constantly spending money on. It's unfair. So I wouldn't pick a man because of money. I want to pick you because how you treat me, how you make me feel. I could date a guy that's a billionaire and I don't get to see you. I am a very emotional woman. I need physical touch. I need to feel wanted. So it's not like, okay, you have money, you're a billionaire. You stand me up and you say, baby, take where they go. No, I need you to be there. So it's not about being rich. I want a guy that's okay. We can afford to go on holiday and do what we can build. We can build, we can put our heads. I'm a businesswoman, put our heads together and do something. Not that I want to date a broke guy. No, I don't want to date a broke guy.
My second question is, let's say you now find this guy that is okay, that treats you right.
100.
Maybe when you met him, 6 feet tall, in shape, goes to the gym. After the wedding, what you ladies do most times, after the wedding, he starts to gain weight. Then he becomes plumby. He starts to missian and all that. He still treats you right, but he has lost all those attributes you found in him. Would you still be attracted to him?
Have you seen my page? Have you
I've never been.
Have you seen?
I've never been.
I cannot be with a man who does not keep fit. Because if you're living with me, go to my page, you see the type of food I cook. There is no way you say that tonight we're going to go and do takeaway or we're going to go and eat burgers. No, once in a while. But if you're living with me, honey, you're going to be fit. In your 60s, you're going to be fit. I'm going to make sure my husband is fit at 60, 70, because honey, I still want to be getting it at that age.
Then
100%. I want to look at my husband at 60 and be like, damn.
This your mentality is not common anymore. Would you agree with me?
I grew up in the UK. I was born and raised in the UK. Maybe so. So I'm more aware of when it comes to health. But I cannot marry a man and I watch my husband let himself go. No,
this
it's not going to happen.
Conversation is not about you. This conversation is about
no. She's speaking her truth. She's speaking her experience.
My boyfriend, whatever. I'm not married.
We're talking about women in general. One exception does not make the rule.
Yeah, it does not make the rule. Yeah, that's why I said she's one in a million. Because women don't think this way anymore. %
of women who could straight up tell you, I want a man who is rich. I want a man who is tall. I want a man who is this. Sometimes I actually ask them, go to this ocean, pick sand, and mold your own man. Because what you want is not on the market. You want everything in one man. You want all those.
No, the funniest thing. The funniest thing, John. Let me add something to what you just said. That kind of man or men like that, they are literally about 1%. So every woman wants to probably date the same man, but it's impossible.
But every woman is every
men
man.
Cast for Lagos, so men cast for Lagos.
Simply
Because even in this UK, good men are very scarce.
If you go to Lekki Phase 1, only about 5% of the men in Lekki Phase 1 are banging almost all the girls there.
And it's like a recycle.
It's like a recycle. Yes. Yes. So we all know these things, but this is not about an individual. It's about a vast majority. Whenever we say things, we're not saying that all the population is bad. We're saying that the vast majority of the population is bad. That's where we infer. That's where we make.
But men bring it on themselves. Men bring it on themselves.
Oh, no,
you men
don't.
Are the reasons. When a woman sees a man that has money or whatever, majority of men that have money, like this man, Diego, they have big stomach. Maybe they are in their 50s. They're able to cater for a certain lifestyle. So when you see a woman that says, yes, I want a rich guy, she doesn't care too much about the looks. A lot of women don't care too much about the looks anymore because the guys that are spending, they're not really attracted to them.
Okay, I'll agree with you there, and I will use a yardstick. Have you seen when you go to clubs these days, the VIP section, there's just one guy there or two guys popping the bottles, but how many women do you see around them? About 13.
15.
Or 15, because they know that is where the money is. You get what I mean? So it's a mindset.
100.
People rather do these surgeries to look physically good, but they forget literally their behavior, their character is like as down as anything. Instead of working on that to be better people, to be more responsible, to be up and doing, to be smart, they will rather do the physical because they know that everybody, because of it, don't let us kid ourselves. If I see a lady today, the first thing you see is, oh, does she have nice mammalia glands? Does she have good gluteus maximus and minimus? Stuff like that. So that's what you're going to look at first. Before you get to now say, when she says hello, then you know if she's Raz or she's posh.
Hey, but whether she's Raz or posh, you men, you men don't even care. So don't say whether she's right.
No.
Even if you cannot say,
some of us care. We do care. Of course we care.
Her attitude will tell if it's just going to be for a night or 2 nights.